guys, happy Saturday. This is video number 2 on Saturday, so yeah, you're gonna see this whole get up again maybe sometime soon. I don't know yet, but this is not going to be long. This is just going to be like an intro, and then I'm going to come back later on and give you my thoughts on what I'm introducing. So yeah, if you guys remember when I was throwing out foundations with peach undertones out there, I had thrown in a relatively new company called Voula. They only have 8 shades. The foundation is $50 for 1 fluid ounce of product. And if you remember, I had said that I wasn't sure that I wanted to get the foundation from them simply because it's a very new company. I haven't seen a lot of reviews for them on YouTube or anywhere else for that matter, and I wasn't really, you know, like in the mood to spend $50, get a foundation, have it not work, and then have to send it back because I'm really bad at sending things back. I decided to go ahead and get it, but when I went onto the website the other day and I was looking, I realized that they started selling trial packs of the foundation where you can get 2 shades for $10.50. And it's free shipping. So like I said, there are only 8 shades, so I ordered the trial pack of the last 2 shades. The last 2 shades are 7 and 8. Now, I have already done a video on this, so I'm going to put that video with me applying and everything else and everything that I said about the foundation right after this intro. The reason why I'm doing this right now is because I forgot to do the intro, and also because when I did the foundation review, it performed terribly. And I was really upset that it, well, not upset, I was just kind of irritated that it performed so badly. It just like moved in every direction. But I realized that I have been using a primer. I've used the same primer a couple of times, and it is a absolutely horrible primer. Like literally everything that I put over it just it doesn't act like a primer. It acts like the opposite of a primer. It doesn't make your makeup last. It actually ruins your makeup. My wear test on that foundation, I realized that the primer might be the thing that was ruining the foundation. So I wanted to give the foundation another chance before I said, yeah, this is trash, don't ever purchase it. So what I've done is it is now, I want to say it's probably about 4 o'clock. I put this foundation on today at around 1, somewhere between 1 and 1:30, and it's around, let me see exactly what time it is before I start lying. Oh, it is actually 4:45. So I put the foundation on about 1:30 today, between 1 and 1:30 today. And I've been wearing it ever since. I haven't checked it yet, but I did use a different primer today. I used my Black Up Strobing Primer because this foundation is very matte. Also, not uncomfortable matte though. Like you can't feel it. It dries down to a powder finish. But in any case, I used it with the Black Up Strobing Primer, and I'm going to do the same 12-hour wear test that I did last Saturday with this foundation to see if it behaves the same way. So, if you want to see how that looks, stick around. Coming right up will be everything that I know about the foundation, and what else? Yeah, and my application of it. So yes, stick around for that, and then at the end of that I will come back with the end of this wear test to let you know if it behaved differently or if it acted the same, and if the primer was to blame for all of the mishaps that I had. Alright, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay guys, so like I said, I ordered the last 2 shades in the line, in the trial pack. It comes in this cute little mesh bag. That's number 7 right here. Number 8, there is a card inside as well that, well, the card inside tells you exactly what the product is. It says the Serum Foundation, a lightweight, medium to full coverage foundation that glides on smoothly and can be layered for a flawless, airbrushed appearance with a youthful radiance. The serum-like formula includes a bioactive proprietary complex of vitamins, marine extracts, and holistic botanical derived ingredients that work to help rejuvenate and moisturize the skin while diminishing the appearance of fine lines, wrinkles, and pores as it controls oil and provides antioxidant benefits. Best of all, once it's on, thanks to a balanced formulation that allows for long-lasting all-day coverage. Sounds interesting. So it is medium to full. Apparently it has blurring properties as well, oil control properties, so I guess if you're dry, then maybe don't get this. and long wearing. So yeah, so let's see what we're working with, shall we? Here are the two shades. This is number 7, this is number 8. Like I said, the line is not extensive. There are only 8 shades. This one is the darkest, so I'm not really holding out a lot of hope that it is going to match, but you know, we're gonna try anyway. Okay, so I'm shaking it, and it does sound very watery. Yeah, I can actually hear it shaking. So even though it sounds pretty watery, we're gonna go in slowly with this because we don't know how the foundation performs yet. Let's see. Yeah, it's very, very watery. Damn it. That's what it looks like. I'm not looking forward to this. Okay. Alright. I'm just going to use my BH Cosmetics foundation buffing brush because it's the only one that's kind of sort of clean right now. Alright, let's go. Oh, okay. Alright, so on first pass, it does not look to be too light, even looking in my funky ass fluorescent lights over there. It is actually, doesn't look too light, and the finish is actually kind of gorgeous. But once again, this is only one coat, so when we try to build it up, because I'm actually going to try to build it up to full for once, just to see. So yeah, we'll see what that looks like. And once again, remember this side of my face is darker than the other side, so I'm looking at this and I'm pretty sure that if I try to build this up to full coverage, I'm gonna have a situation on my hands. Okay, so that's one layer. I don't know how I feel. On the one hand, I don't think it looks terrible, but I really don't know how I feel about it. Alright, I'm going to try to build it up further. This is what it looks like with 2 layers. I'm not mad at the finish, and if I look at it in the mirror over there, it doesn't look, I don't look white. There's like no whitish cast. I am going to do a wear test. I did take it down my neck because if you've been here for any significant amount of time, or even if you've read my blog when I had the blog before, you'll know that my neck is significantly darker than both my chest and my face. So I always have to bring a foundation down my neck if I want it to look cohesive. I'm back. It is now 11:27. I've decided to end my wear test a little bit early because I actually picked up a shift for someone earlier today, so I am really tired. But yeah, I just wanted to come back and let you guys know if the foundation performed any differently than it did last week. And oh my god, the difference was ridiculous. So last week I had gone outside after I put the foundation on and I took pictures, and the flashback was real last week. I looked at the pictures and I was like, oh my god. But today, when I went downstairs and I looked at the pictures again after I took them, there was absolutely no flashback, which means that it was not the foundation that was causing the flashback, it was the primer that was causing the flashback. So now I'm going to check my face. I haven't checked my face yet, but last week when I wore the foundation, it had moved, it had collected in spots above my eye, here in the corners of my mouth. It had gone into my smile lines, and it had just bunched up in different places. So now I'm just going to check those same places to see whether or not the same thing happened again. And it doesn't seem to have happened again. I'm not seeing any movement like I did last week. Like, it is a very matte foundation, so it has sunken into some of the lines on my face. And one of the things that happened last week, and it happened again today apparently, is it sank into my smile lines, which is not something that generally happens to me with foundations, because I guess because this one is just so very, very matte, it just kind of sank into everything. And I'm having a couple of dry skin issues right here above my eyebrow, and I don't know if you can see it, but right here it kind of exacerbates the dry skin here. It's faded a little bit. It hasn't faded a whole lot. And I did use the Black Up strobing primer, so it's not as matte as it was last week. It's a little bit more, my skin is a little bit more glowing because of that. But yeah, the bunching up in the collection that I was seeing, especially around the corners of my mouth and right here on my chin, is absolutely not there today. So yeah, most of the issues that I had with it last week are not there tonight, because apparently it was the primer that was making it bunch up, that was giving me that super whitish cast. And I'm going to insert all of those pictures at the end of the video so you can see what it looked like. I'll do the first set of pictures that I took last week and then the second set. But I feel like that primer deserves a review all on its own so that people can stay the hell away from it. But yeah, so far so good. I actually really do like this foundation. Would I spend $50 on it? No. Let me explain. I like the finish of the foundation. I like the feel of the foundation. The color on me, the color I got was number 8, if you remember. It was not terrible, but it was a little bit too light. It could have been maybe a shade or a half a shade darker, and I wouldn't have had to, because I finessed it. I mean, it looked okay, but I did wind up finessing it with powder. I actually set it with this Black Up loose powder, and then I bronzed the perimeters of my face with my Givenchy bronzer like I normally do. But yeah, I did actually set it with the Black Up powder to make it a little bit more wearable for me, because it was slightly too light for me. For $50, I wouldn't buy it, simply because it's not a perfect fit. The undertones are absolutely perfect, though. Like, I really appreciate a dedicated line of foundations that cater to peachy undertones. However, they only have 8 shades, and if my shade, or not even my shade, like someone who is slightly darker, slightly lighter than me, is the last shade, I don't really know how I feel about that. I can't really endorse a line like that, but then again, maybe they didn't make the product for me, so, you know, hey. But if they had more shades, I would happily try it out again with a shade that was better, and then just kind of like go from there. Okay, so some of the things that I liked about this foundation, I love the finish. The finish is absolutely freaking beautiful. It is full coverage. It's medium to full coverage, so you can build it up. And if the color had been better for me, I would have tried building it up to full coverage just to see how well it builds. But as it was, I had to do too many things to make it work, and I just didn't feel like messing around with it that much. It is a liquid to powder finish, but unlike a lot of liquid to powder matte foundations, you can put it all over your face. You can dot it all over your face, which is my normal MO, which is like I'll dot it all over my face and then work it in sections. But you could literally put it all over your face and then work it in, and it would give you enough time to do that. It doesn't dry down right away, but once it does dry down, there is absolutely no transfer. And even though it is a liquid to powder finish, you can still use powder on top of it without it looking cakey. So this foundation does have a whole lot of good attributes, and if you can find your color and you are of a peachy undertone, I would say try it out first, because they do have the sample packs that you can purchase for $10.50. I feel like the line could benefit from at least 3 more darker shades. Just, I don't know, just to expand the line a little bit. But as it stands right now, I don't feel like they have enough shades, but that's just me. The hell do I know? Alright guys, thank you for tuning into yet another peachy undertone foundation review. As usual, it's been real, it's been fun, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!